Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast, your go-to source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development. We hope you tune in often for all things people management, organizational development and change, organizational leadership, and social impact related. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. In this HCI podcast episode, I share the introduction to a recent HCI research brief titled The State of Global Worker Satisfaction, which summarizes a whole slew of different studies that were conducted from countries around the world to look at different aspects of employee engagement, job satisfaction, and so on. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Today, I wanted to share briefly about a recent HCI research brief titled The State of Global Worker Satisfaction. In this report, Maureen Andrade, HCI Research Associate, and I summarized the findings of about 10 different academic studies, each of which were published in academic peer-reviewed journals. Each of these studies looks at various aspects of worker satisfaction and the motivators that drive that satisfaction in 37 countries around the world. So I just want to briefly share a little bit about this research brief, and then you can go read it in full on the HCI website at innovativehumancapital.com. The state of global worker satisfaction. Employers around the world would generally agree that they want a highly satisfied and highly productive workforce. However, many employees not only lack engagement, but many may actively exhibit counterproductive work behaviors due to job dissatisfaction. In one large-scale national study in the U.S., only about a third of employees reported being engaged in their work. To decrease the undesirable outcomes of job dissatisfaction, such as absenteeism, turnover, and lowered productivity, increased understanding is needed about the interplay of workplace conditions, job characteristics, employee attitudes, and job satisfaction. To better understand these issues, HCI Research Associates conducted a series of comparative global studies on job satisfaction across various demographic dimensions, including age, gender, occupational type, organizational type, and supervisory status. The studies are based on cross-national data from the most recent wave of the International Social Survey Program, which is administered across 37 countries. For a full summary and description of this research, please go to the International Social Survey Program website. These studies focused on intrinsic rewards, such as having an interesting job, job autonomy, helping others, and jobs being useful to society. Extrinsic rewards, such as pay, job security, promotional opportunities, physical effort, and work stress. Work relations between management and employees and coworkers, discrimination and harassment. And work-life balance, evidenced by conditions such as working from home, working weekends, schedule flexibility, flexibility to deal with family matters during work hours, and work interfering with family. Within the report, there is a diagram describing the research model, which I won't try to describe verbally, but you can look up in the report. Across the studies, the highest job satisfaction levels were found in Venezuela, Switzerland, Austria, and Mexico. While most countries have mean scores in the 5.2 to 5.4 range on a 7-point scale, with a worldwide mean of 5.3. Poland and China and Japan had the lowest mean job satisfaction scores. Interesting work, pay, work stress, relations with coworkers and management, and work interfering with families are significant factors in job satisfaction in nearly every country. Wide variation is evident in the average age of the workforce of each country sample, with New Zealand and Australia having the oldest average workforce and Mexico having the youngest. Iceland and France have the highest average years of education, while the Philippines has the lowest. The average for all countries is a little over 13 years of formal education. India has the largest average family size, while Austria has the smallest. Australia has the lowest average hours worked per week, and China the highest, with the average across countries being approximately 41 hours per week. HCI Research Associates have conducted a number of studies using ISSP data. For key findings, please see the list of studies in their accompanying HCI Research one-sheets and snapshots. Summaries of main findings include in the remainder of the report. So that is all I want to share today with the overview of the research brief. It then goes on to look at global comparisons and job satisfaction across a whole range of different factors, including things like profit and for-profit and non-profit organizations, public and private organizations, hospitality workers, different occupational types across industries and sectors, gender, age, generational cohorts, work-life balance, focus, etc. Please go to innovativehumancapital.com to find out more about this research brief and to see all of the results and the corresponding data and references to support all of our findings. It's been a pleasure talking with you. I hope you'll check out our research brief, and I hope you have a great week. Thanks again for joining us for this episode of the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. I hope you stay healthy and safe and that you have a great week.